Thanks, Yoni. So now, although we are in the middle of the winter, it's kind of a little bit hard to imagine what life's going to be like in the summer. But Americans like to plan ahead. And today I'm sitting with Tamir Goodman, who is synonymous with basketball in Jerusalem. Hi, Tamir.
Hi, thank you so much for your time and for the opportunity.
So tell us a little bit about the special basketball camp that you're going to be running this summer. Who's it for?
The camp is for boys ages 13 to 17. I would say it's for players that are committed players that really want to have basketball part of their life. The camp is from July 3rd to the 23rd. We have incredible accommodations. We have an amazing gym, fully renovated. We have very healthy and great food. We have an incredible coaching staff and an amazing game plan, meaning the players will have a chance to compete against very talented players from all over the world and learn from some of the top coaches and pro players in Israel. And I think what's amazing about this camp is that every player could reach their potential on and off the court because there's only going to be 30 kids in the camp.
So anyone who knows you personally knows that your life is even more than just basketball. The philosophy of life and bringing Torah values into basketball is so integral in what you do. So maybe describe a little bit about what the philosophy was when you thought of starting this camp and how you think the kids will benefit from it.
I think I was lucky and I was blessed that I was raised in a family and raised by a coach that never let me settle. Sometimes people think that if you're Jewish, you have to settle. There's certain type of negative stereotypes like, oh, I'm Jewish, so I might not, really what's basketball going to mean for me? People used to tell me, you're never going to play college basketball. You're never going to play professional basketball. You're wasting your time with basketball. However, my journey has taught me to never settle, that being Jewish doesn't take you away from anything. It just gives you the guidelines and the blueprint to live out your life in a happy and meaningful way. And if that happens to be through basketball, then that's great. And if that happens to be that you can apply the lessons of basketball to your life and whatever you end up doing, that's also great. But the point is, you should do it with a lot of happiness and a lot of pride, and you should never feel that because I'm Jewish, I can't reach some type of goal of mine in my life. And our camp is here to teach them that lesson, that they should be proud and work hard, and they should never let society dictate what they can or cannot do in this world.
That's a beautiful thought, and I think the fact that the camp takes place in Jerusalem also adds to that. What type of special activities will you be doing connected to being in Jerusalem?
Correct. It's especially special that we're doing this in Jerusalem. I was lucky enough to play around the world in college and professionally, and there's just something magical about being in Jerusalem that no other place in the world offers. And I think the uniqueness about Jerusalem is the connection between the physical and the spiritual, that you're in a physical place, but you can tap into an energy that's a little bit higher than this world. And I think that's a lot about what this camp is about. And I think that being in Jerusalem makes it very unique, that we could be training very hard throughout the day, but in the evening we could go do an amazing walk somewhere in Jerusalem, learn the history about a certain place. Shabbat is really, really uplifting. We hear from amazing people. We walk to the Kotel on Friday night. We are involved in different charities in the area. This year we'll be learning how to save life. We'll be doing basic first aid at Ichud Hatzalah. We'll probably be back at Shalva like we were last year, working with special needs kids. So, a lot of the lessons that we learn will actually participate in. So if we're learning about tzedakah or charity or helping people, we'll physically go do a basketball clinic for special needs kids, or we'll learn the value of another person's life by actually learning how to save someone. And the camp is very hands-on, and we try to practice what we teach.
It sounds really incredible. And the camp's open to locals as well, but it's really geared towards tourist kids who want to come in for those couple of weeks and really focus on basketball, right?
Yeah, correct. Last year we had 30 kids from all over the world: Australia, Seattle, Boston, Chicago, New York, and local families that made Aliyah already, and about 3 Israelis. So the camp is going to be made up the same way this year looks like. We have about 15 spots remaining. And, that's the uniqueness of sport, that it brings people together from all backgrounds and affiliations and from all different places around the world. They arrive at camp as strangers and they leave as one big family.
So you've done camps in the past. I know you've done a lot of camps in the New York area, and this summer you said you're actually staying in Jerusalem, which is incredible. And I just wanted to know, like, for you, I heard that you're also going to be running a special coach mentoring program. Can you tell us a little bit about that? And I can see how you're expanding your camp here. There's really more and more opportunities every year, so I'm glad you're staying for the summer.
Yes, I'm very excited to be here for the summer. I think that more and more kids are or young adults are looking to go into the field of sports marketing, sports management. I have been very blessed to be able to do this for a long time now. I've launched a product that is now being used in the NBA.
Tell us what it's called.
It's called Zone 190. It's a multi-angled pitchback. And I could say that the top players in the world are using it on a daily basis, and kind of the whole process of development and marketing, etc. And as well as I'm a consultant for professional basketball players and teams. I'm the head of international development for Hapoel Jerusalem, which is the best team in Israel right now. And
as a Jerusalemite, we're very, very happy and excited about that.
Yeah, thank you. And I just feel like I'd love to help kids who want to go into sports marketing, help them live out their dreams, show them what it takes to build a basketball camp, to learn from current agents, and to learn about professional basketball, and to do it in a hands-on way through our camp. So anyone that's interested in that, there's an opportunity for you guys to work with us this summer as well.
That's amazing. Really nice. And Tamir does a lot of other things. He kind of is a guy who wears many hats. And as he mentioned, he works for Hapoel. And Hapoel games are one of the... It's a recent tourist activity that I've added to Fun in Jerusalem, because I went myself with my boys, and it is so exciting to be sitting in the stands screaming Yerushalayim, Yerushalayim, and the team is actually amazing. So I know we've gotten some requests from people who are going to be here for Yeshiva Week, looking for tickets to the games. But games work a little differently here in terms of buying tickets. So Tamir will tell us a little bit about how it's different than the U.S.
Yes, Hapoel games are very different in the U.S. The energy is a lot more intense and a lot more powerful from the fan base. We have NBA general managers coming to scout players here, and they are just blown away by our fans and how amazing they are. I see them taking out their cell phones and filming our fans, and it's almost like you could almost see them thinking, like, why can't our fans in America be as passionate about our team as they are in Jerusalem? So the games are very fun and intense. We'd love to host you.
What about buying tickets to games?
Yeah, buying tickets to the games, it's a little bit interesting because the TV has the rights to the games in Israel. If they feel like one game is going to get better ratings than another game, then they have the right to change the schedule of the game. So you really can't book tickets more than 2 weeks in advance, because the TV will only finalize the schedule 2 weeks before the game, because if they see that one team might be hot at that time and they want to change the schedule so that they could get better ratings for that game, then they have the right to do that. So it's a little tough to wrap our head around this concept, but about 2 weeks before any game, if you contact us, we'll try to help you find the best seats available.
Okay, great. And then for those families who are coming in who have kids who absolutely love basketball or really, really want to meet you, what are the opportunities to do like workshops or training with you when they're here?
Yes, that's something that I love doing, working with families when they visit Israel. It's a very fun and refreshing way for your sons or your daughters or anyone who loves basketball to connect to Israel through basketball. So if they'd like to do a basketball clinic or a speaking engagement or both, or anything that has to do with basketball, celebrate your bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah, please contact me, Tamir@TamirGoodman.com. Or
Tamir at funinjerusalem.com. And then also, I've seen pictures you've posted where you've done bar mitzvahs and you've had the bar mitzvah boy come and do a clinic together with Shalva kids. Or you have a very unique way of combining the chesed and the basketball and the bar mitzvah.
Correct. To every physical thing in the world, there's a spiritual energy, and there's an amazing spirituality behind the game of basketball, and there's a lot of amazing chesed opportunities that could be done through basketball, and try to cater to whatever the family has in mind, whether it's working with special needs kids or victims of terror or IDF soldiers. We offer a lot of different opportunities and chesed initiatives through basketball.
So I don't think I even need to tell the listeners out there that Tamir is a super unique person, and for your kids who love basketball, he's a fantastic role model. So I highly recommend you contact him, Tamir at funinjerusalem.com. And start thinking about the summer. Even though it's December, the summer comes up fast, and he's only got about 15 more spots left. So thanks so much for sitting with us. And now back to you, Yoni.